From the heart of the faithful comes a fervent prayer that strikes at the wounded soul. The prayer is an invocation to the Holy Child, Santo Niño. Said in communal worship, it is a call for help. An earnest hope for intercession. A simple act of thanksgiving, a vow of trust, and a testament of devotion to Cebu's fundamental Catholic symbol of faith. Cebuano faith tested in 2013 when a powerful 7.2 magnitude earthquake jolted Cebu. The belfry of the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño fell from the centuries-old church, but the tremor spared much of the island. It is believed that the rubbles that crumbled from the Santo Niño church had borne the brunt of the strong quake for the island that ardently seeks shelter in the Holy Child. Father, the Santo Niño is being credited for a lot of miracles, but what would you say is the biggest miracle that Santo Niño has done for people?
As far as I'm concerned, one of the biggest miracles that happened was during the earthquake. When it struck, shortly after 8 o'clock in the morning, there were people inside the basilica. In fact, there was a mass that was still going on. But to tell you very honestly, miraculously, nobody got hurt. And we attributed one to the special protection of Senior Santo Niño.
Now perched on a corner at the Santo Niño Basilica, the bell that no longer tolls for now is a little reminder of what is believed to be a great miracle. By all accounts, the earthquake and the hundreds of aftershocks that followed shook the days and nights of many Cebuanos, but not their faith. This is the Santo Niño Grand Procession. Each year, close to 2 million devotees show up to be counted in prayer. The Grand Procession and the Sinulog Festival a day after cap a week-long flurry of activities to celebrate the feast of Cebu's patron. So where would you say lies the link between the Sinulog as a Mardi Gras and the celebration of Santo Niño as a fiesta and a religious exercise?
Well, there really is no question that the Sinulog has already been tinged with commercialization and with the frivolity of a festival, and that we see through the parties in the streets, that we see through the dancing and through the colorful costumes and through the beat and the music of it all. But amidst all this lies the secret of the Sinulog, and that is in the heart of the Cebuano faithful. That is in the heart of the devotees of the Christ child who you see attend the processions, attend the masses, line up since early in the morning just to be able to kiss the image of the Holy Child. Therein lies the secret of all this, and all these frivolity and all these entertainment and the parties, all these are just frills. At the end of the day, we go back to who we are and to the greatest gift that we have, which is the gift of faith.
Oh my dear Jesus, you are our King and our God. Because of your love for us, you came down from heaven, born of the Virgin Mary. My heart beats for the sight of your goodness. We have committed many sins. Forgive us, O Jesus, for our sins of ingratitude, and return your goodness. Strengthen our resistance and sin. With your grace, we'll be able to fulfill our promises and share with your glory in heaven. O Holy Child Jesus, always ever good and loving, we kneel before you, our true God. With humility, we implore you to give us all the favors we ask of you in this novena, so we can enjoy the blessings of heaven.
The feast of Señor Santo Niño comes every third Sunday of January. Like all other fiestas, a tremendous amount of preparation goes with it.
Mr. Jose Enrique R. de las Piñas as the Hermano Mayor for the Fiesta Señor 2015. And Mrs. Jill de las Piñas as Hermana Mayor for the Fiesta Señor 2015.
It is a barrio fiesta multiplied several hundreds of times over. Albert Hagonal is one of 80 security members assigned to watch the Santo Niño Basilica and its visiting pilgrims.
Tibok adlaw mo na diri, sir?
Oh ma'am, among duty yun ma'am, 4 to 8, yun ma'am, 16 hours among duty, basta inaron nga angat ang nobina. Muna aldiri, ang breakfast na to, alas 6, hangtod sa alas 8:30, nang snack na sa alas 9, hangtod sa alas 10.
Kinsa may mga makasud diri, sir?
Ang mga nag-serve na diri sa atong palibot ma'am, mga police, sitom, kanang ma-make-up na itong mga basura, manay mga kwarato diri, mga tanan sa nag-serve diri sa Basilica.
These are the women who prepare the meals Guard Hagonal has mentioned. They have come all the way from northern Cebu for non-stop cooking at the Basilica from dawn till night. We arrive at the church at around 2 a.m., says this woman. It is a daily sacrifice.
Sa nakuha ang mga katawan, kadili magbutang labay sa mga basura. Inanglan ibutang sa santong butanganan ang atong mga basura. I-segregate ang malata o ang dili malata.
Devotee City. Several rows of container vans lined up as temporary shelters, where 15 to 20 people cram up in a room. The vans are for out-of-town pilgrims who have no place to stay in Cebu City. This grandmother is from Toledo, southwest of Cebu. She comes to Devotee City with her family each year. Here, she says, we used to lie in the streets with our children and our bags. We bring food and we cook. This is all for Santo Niño. Her family shares this shelter with another group of pilgrims.
tanang panahon, pagadaygon og simbahon ka. Bala ang Dios o batang Jesus, ihalad ko kanimo, kinabuhi ug akong kalag. Puno ikaw sa kaayo ug pasahaylo, way sama ang gugma mo. Sa kaluoy kami hatagi o dalampanan among gabayan. Santo Niño, Señor Santo Niño, tudloi kami lamdagi Ginoo, pagsunod sa mga hiyas ug sugo mo. Santo Niño, kaluwasan ko. Sa kadulong o kalisdanan, ikaw ang kahayag nga mudanag. Santo Niño, tabangi ako, maangkon ang kaluwasan. Santo Niño, Señor Santo Niño, tudloi kami lamdagi Ginoo, pagsunod sa mga hiyas ug sugo mo. Santo Niño, kaluwasan ko. Santo Niño, kaluwasan ko.
You have been quoted as saying that in your 24 years as priest, you have never seen this kind of devotion anywhere else in the world. Can you explain that?
Well, that's true. Because there's always a huge number of devotees who would come and visit to Basilica, not counting the pilgrims, the tourists or visitors outside Cebu and outside the Philippines. We have 13 masses on the Friday, and you can see a big crowd during this, or big or huge number of devotees would come just to attend these 13 masses. And this place is filled up with people. You can see in their faces the joy as they experience and participate fully during this liturgical celebration. This is really different from other devotions that I have seen and I have experienced in some parts of this country and outside the Philippines.
A lot of people are wondering how have we managed to keep the solemnity of our Fiesta Señor in spite of the commercialization of cinema.
For us here at the Basilica, we try to guide the devotees to focus more on spiritual and religious aspect of their faith, of their devotion. For example, encouraging them to attend the Novena Masses, providing them good homilies, and giving them the chance to confession and other things that we can provide them spiritually.
There are several representations of the Holy Child Jesus, such as baby Jesus in the manger. There are so many others that we see being sold or being displayed in churches. But dressed in kingly garments, there seems to be a certain mystique surrounding Santo Niño. Why do you think that is the case?
As you can see, the Santo Niño represents Jesus as child king, and this is a very old way of presenting Jesus.
When we look at the image of Señor Santo Niño in its kingly garments. What do you think the challenge is to the present-day Christian?
Well, the real challenge for us Filipinos is how to demonstrate in our concrete everyday life that we have indeed accept Him as our King, allowing Him to reign in our hearts, and what we can do in the building up of His kingdom among us.
A lot of devotees believe that it is easier for prayers to be heard if you pray through Santo Niño the Child than if you pray to God the Father. Is praying to God the Father different than praying to Santo Niño, or is it all just in the mind?
Well, as Christians, especially as Catholics, we believe in the teachings of Christ contained in the Gospel. He says at one point, I am the truth, the way, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me. And he also says that whatever you ask, I do whatever you ask in my name, so that the Father may be glorified in the Son. These verses clearly demonstrate the intermediary role of Jesus. Although we ultimately address our petitions to the Father, we make them through Christ. The Santo Niño is the representation of Jesus in the form of a child. For us Filipinos, it's easier for us to communicate with a child or with Santo Niño as its humble, we call that childlike, reassuring representation. And we have the tendency to talk to someone that we can see, that we can touch, rather than with someone who we can never see at all, we can never touch, and we can never talk to.
If there is just one song that encapsulates our belief in the Santo Niño, what would that song be?
It's Batubalani sa Gugma.
Explain Batubalani and what is its relevance in the present day?
Batubalani is part of the Gozos, or the religious verses which we traditionally sing in honor of the Holy Child. Now, Gozos is a Spanish word which means literally delights, joys. They indicate that certain joy which believers experience when they praise or sing to God. If you go into the deeper meaning of the lyrics of the song, you can notice that it evokes a certain kind of history concerning the discovery of the image of the Holy Child, and also the kind of conversion of our forebears to the Christian faith.
Familiar to Cebuanos and other devotees, Gozos tells the story of the institution of Christianity in the Philippines, with Magellan's precious gift of the Santo Niño image to Queen Juana. Sung in every Santo Niño novena, Batubalani sa Gugma is now an anthem of love, forever etched in every Cebuano's heart. What is Batubalani sa Gugma?
Batubalani sa Gugma, its magnet of love.
Kanamo maluoy ka